Good evening, everybody, and welcome to the pub Quizzle this Tuesday night with me, your host, Ali B. It is the 14th of July, which is Bastille Day, so happy Bastille Day to everyone. I am enjoying a French rosé to celebrate. Don't worry, there won't be a French round this evening, however, lots of fun to come. But before we start, I just want to say a quick hello to the Lewis and Cox families tonight. They are big quizzing fans, as I've mentioned before. And today is a special day because it is Kate's birthday. So big happy birthday to Kate from me and from all the family that are playing tonight, I know. So what are we going to be playing this evening? Well, as always at the pub Quizzle, there are 6 rounds of 15 questions. So that totals 90 points available. But as always at the pub quiz, there is a joker available for you to play on one of your rounds tonight, and that means that you will double every point you score on that round. That means a total of 30 points available for a single round, totaling 105 points across the whole of the pub quizzle. So an important tactical choice, thinking where you play your joker. So let's have a look at the rounds this evening. Okay, so round number 1 is going to be art and literature. Round number 2 is going to be song synonyms. So this is a new round tonight. They are going to be song titles, but it is going to be their synonyms, so words that mean the same as them. And you have to identify the real title. Not as hard as it sounds, lots of fun actually. And you'll see as soon as you see the first question on that what it means, but you have to guess the song title. Round 3 is our audio round, and you will hear lines from famous films this week, and you have to name the film. At the end of round 3, our halfway point, we will pause for 5 minutes so you can top up your drinks and check through your answers when we come back. I'll go through all of the answers for the first round, and then we will move on to the second half. So round 4 is potluck, so lots of random trivia, all the different facts in Ali B's head. Round 5 is going to be transport, so all sorts of trivia around transport around the world. And then finally, round number 6, which is our picture round tonight, as always. And tonight it is famous sports people. So you'll see 15 famous sportsmen and women from past, present, and all around the world. And you just have to identify who they are. Okay, so they are your 6 rounds. Have a think. Where are you going to strategically play that joker to maximise your points tonight? I'll give you a reminder at the halfway point of what rounds are to come if you've forgotten and you haven't played your joker. But have a think and get ready to play. Okay, so however you want to play, whether you want to play in teams together in your living room, whether you're playing against friends or family across the road or up and down the country, or hey, if you're playing on your own, you know, that's fine by me. I'm here with you tonight. Okay, so without any more chat from me, let's get cracking on our first round tonight, which is art and literature. So if you'd like to play your joker on this round, please do so. Declare it to those you're playing with. Mark it down on your piece of paper. And if we are all ready, we will get cracking. So question number 1 for art and literature. In the famous poem, who did the owl go to sea with in a beautiful pea-green boat? So in the famous poem, who did the owl go to sea with in a beautiful pea-green boat? Question number 2. Which 2 primary colours could you mix together to make purple when painting? Which 2 primary colours could you mix together to make purple when painting? Question number 3. According to the Successful Relationship Counselling book, if men are from Mars, where are women from? So according to the Successful Relationship Counselling book, if men are from Mars, where are women from? Question number 4. Who wrote Jane Eyre? Who wrote Jane Eyre? Question number 5. In Beatrix Potter's story, what type of animal was Mr. Todd? In Beatrix Potter's story, what type of animal was Mr. Todd? Number 6. The creation of Adam is one of 9 scenes featured on the ceiling of which landmark in Rome? The creation of Adam is one of 9 scenes featured on the ceiling of which landmark in Rome? Number 7. Who wrote the Da Vinci Code? Who wrote the Da Vinci Code? Question number 8. What is the surname of the 3 children in Peter Pan? What is the surname of the 3 children in Peter Pan? Question number 9. Which Shakespeare play opens with these lines? 2 households, both alike in dignity, in fair Verona, where we lay our scene. Which Shakespeare play opens with these lines? 2 households, both alike in dignity, in fair Verona, where we lay our scene. And question number 10. Sir Quentin Saxby Blake is best known for illustrating books by which author? Sir Quentin Saxby Blake is best known for illustrating books by which author? All right, we'll move on now to question 11. How many lines are there in a sonnet? How many lines are there in a sonnet? Number 12. What is the final book in the Chronicles of Narnia? What is the final book in the Chronicles of Narnia? 7 books, so what is the 7th? Question number 13. In which Dickens novel would you find the character Philip Pip Pirrip? In which Dickens novel would you find the character Philip Pip Pirrip? Number 14. Which was the first James Bond novel to be published by Ian Fleming? Which was the first James Bond novel to be published by Ian Fleming? And finally, your last question for the art and literature round tonight. Question number 15 is, who created the creature, the Jabberwock? Who created the creature, the Jabberwock? So which author? Okay, so that brings us to the end of our first round tonight. We'll now move on to round 2. So this is our song synonyms. Okay, so just to explain again, you are going to see a song title, but it is going to be expressed in synonyms of the real song title. So you have to read the made-up title and decipher what the real title would be. Okay, so if anyone wants to play their joker here, then please do so. Maybe a little bit of reticence to play your joker here as you're not sure yet what this is going to look like, but it will all become apparent when you see the first title. I will also give you the artist, okay, as a little bit of a clue. So all you have to do is identify the real song title. So let's get going with song number 1, which is Shucks, I Repeated It by Britney Spears. So that is a synonym of a real song title by Britney Spears. What is the real title? Shucks, I Repeated It. Okay, number 2. Father, Do Not Lecture Me by Madonna. Father, Do Not Lecture Me. What is the real song title represented there? Question number 3. I am not able to gain any gratification by the Rolling Stones. I am not able to gain any gratification by the Rolling Stones. What is the real song title name? Number 4. Gyrating Monarch by ABBA. Gyrating Monarch by ABBA. What song title is that a synonym of? Number 5. Remain for Another Turn of the Earth by East 17. Remain for Another Turn of the Earth by East 17. Question number 6. In Need of a Wash by Christina Aguilera. In Need of a Wash by Christina Aguilera. Number 7. Arrived Uninvited at the Nuptials by Busted. Arrived Uninvited at the Nuptials by Busted. Question number 8. Adult Males in Dark Clothing by Will Smith. Adult Males in Dark Clothing by Will Smith. Question number 9. He does not weigh a lot. He has the same parents as me by the Hollies. He does not weigh a lot. He has the same parents as me. What is the real song title there? All right, number 10. Ahoy Toodaloo by the Beatles. Ahoy Toodaloo by the Beatles. All right, number 11. Viaduct over Perturbed Aqua by Simon and Garfunkel. Viaduct over Perturbed Aqua by Simon and Garfunkel. I hope you're as amused by these song title synonyms as I am. All right, number 12. Considerable Orbs of Combustion by Jerry Lee Lewis. Considerable Orbs of Combustion by Jerry Lee Lewis. Number 13. Contact Me Via Telephone, Perhaps by Carly Rae Jepsen. contact me via telephone, perhaps. Carly Rae Jepsen. Number 14. Affluent Maiden by Billy Joel. Affluent Maiden by Billy Joel. And finally, your last song synonym tonight, number 15, is Pondering Audibly by Ed Sheeran. Pondering Audibly by Ed Sheeran. What is the real song title? Okay, that brings us to the end of that round. I have to admit, fun round, a little bit of inspo from my favourite quiz show, Pointless there. They did inspire that with one of their rhymes. Can't take all the credit, but yeah, really fun round, I think. All right, so even though that was a music round, we now move on to our audio round, which tonight is going to be Name the Film. So you will hear some famous lines from famous films and movies, and you just have to give me the film title. So if you want to play your joker here, please declare it to those you are playing with. I will play, as they're very short clips, mostly these, I will play them twice and we'll go all the way through. So clip 1 twice, clip 2 twice, all the way through, and then we will go back to the top for a third chance to hear them. I'm going to be very generous. I'll give you 3 chances tonight to hear the clips. Alrighty, so let's just get things ready and we will get cracking with our first clip tonight. So, which film is this line from?
The Force will be with you.
Okay, let's hear that again.
The Force will be with you, always.
All right, so that was number 1. Now on to number 2. For number 1, if possible, please identify which film that is from. I know I said, but which film in the relevant franchise? Okay, so number 2.
I'm the king of the world!
All right, let's hear that again.
I'm the king of the world!
All right, so which film was that from? Number 3. How about this?
I'll be back. I'll be back.
Okay, name that film. All right, number 4. Which film is this line from?
To infinity and beyond!
And once more.
To infinity and beyond!
Okay. Number 5. Which film is this from?
Of all the gin joints in all the towns in all the world, she walks into mine.
And again.
Of all the gin joints in all the towns in all the world, she walks into mine.
Okay. What was that from? Question number 6. Which film does this line come from?
No, Mr. Bond, I expect you to die.
Once again.
No, Mr. Bond, I expect you to die.
Okay, again, name the particular film, not just the franchise there, please. Stricties on the audio round. Okay, so question number 7. Which film is this from?
This is Sparta!
And again.
This is Sparta!
Okay, what was that from? Number 8.
That'll do, pig. That'll do. That'll do, pig. That'll do.
All right, can you remember what that was from? Number 9, question number 9.
They call it Royale with cheese.
All right, harder to hear that one. Let's hear it again.
They call it Royale with cheese.
Okay, any idea what that was from? Number 10.
If you let my daughter go now, that'll be the end of it. I will not look for you. I will not pursue you. But if you don't, I will look for you. I will find you. And I will kill you.
V dramatic, bit of a longer one there. I'll play it again though.
If you let my daughter go now, that'll be the end of it. I will not look for you. I will not pursue you. But if you don't, I will look for you. I will find you. And I will kill you.
There we go. Hang up the phone. Question number 11.
With great power comes great responsibility.
All right, let's hear that again.
With great power comes great responsibility.
What film was that line taken from? Okay. Number 12.
I'm also just a girl, standing in front of a boy, asking him to love her.
All right, let's hear that one again.
I'm also just a girl, standing in front of a boy, asking him to love her.
All right, which film was that from? Question number 13. How about this?
Now show me wax on, wax off.
And again.
Now show me wax on, wax off.
All right, number 14. Which film is this from?
Go ahead. Make my day. Go ahead. Make my day.
And your final question on the audio round tonight, number 15. Which film is this line from?
I'm having an old friend for dinner.
And one more time.
I'm having an old friend for dinner.
Okay, they are your 15 films, your 15 lines. Can you identify the film titles? So, as promised, we will go back to the top and just whiz through them all one more time. All right, so number 1.
The Force will be with you. Always.
Number 2.
I'm the king of the world!
Number 3.
I'll be back.
Number 4.
To infinity and beyond!
Number 5.
Of all the gin joints in all the towns in all the world, she walks into mine.
Number 6.
No, Mr. Bond, I expect you to die.
Number 7.
This is Sparta!
Number 8.
That'll do, pig. That'll do.
Number 9.
They call it Royale with cheese.
Number 10.
If you let my daughter go now, that'll be the end of it. I will not look for you. I will not pursue you. But if you don't, I will look for you. I will find you. And I will kill you.
Number 11.
With great power comes great responsibility.
Number 12.
I'm also just a girl, standing in front of a boy, asking him to love her.
Number 13.
Now show me wax on, wax off.
Number 14.
Go ahead. Make my day.
And finally, number 15.
I'm having an old friend for dinner.
Okay, and that brings us to the end of our audio round tonight, and of course to the end of the first half of the quiz. So it's now time to have a quick 5-minute break so you can check your answers, confirm all of those films, and I will be back in 5 minutes to go through all of the answers. So see you shortly. Welcome back, everyone. I hope you had a nice little interlude there and you're all raring to go for the second half. Okay, so if you are ready with your answers from the first half, let's go back to round one and I will give you some answers. So we had art and literature as our first round tonight. So question number one, in the famous poem, who did the owl go to sea with in a beautiful pea-green boat? It was the pussycat, the owl and the pussycat, of course. Number two, which two primary colours could you mix together to make purple when painting? Half a point for each here. Blue and red. Blue and red paint makes purple paint. Question number three, according to the successful relationship counselling book, if men are from Mars, women are from Venus. Venus. Number four, who wrote Jane Eyre? It was one of those Bronte sisters. Which one? Charlotte Bronte. Charlotte Bronte wrote Jane Eyre. Number five, in Beatrix Potter's story, what type of animal was Mr. Todd? He was a fox. He was a fox. Number six, the creation of Adam is one of 9 scenes featured on the ceiling of which landmark in Rome? That is the Sistine Chapel. The Sistine Chapel. Number seven, who wrote the Da Vinci Code? That was Dan Brown. Dan Brown. Number eight, the surname of the 3 children in Peter Pan is Darling. Darling. Wendy, Michael, and I've had a massive blank there. Can't remember. Anyway, you know the ones I mean. The Darling children. And number 9, that's going to bother me now. I can't bring it to mind. Number 9, in which Shakespeare play do we open with the lines, 2 households, both alike in dignity, in fair Verona, where we lay our scene, Romeo and Juliet. Romeo and Juliet. Number 10, Sir Quentin Saxby Blake is best known for illustrating books by which author? That is Roald Dahl. Roald Dahl. Is it John? Wendy, John and Michael? I don't know. I'm losing the plot. Number 11. How many lines are there in a sonnet? That is 14 lines in a sonnet. 14 lines in a sonnet. Number 12. The final book in the Chronicles of Narnia. The Last Battle. The Last Battle is the 7th book in Narnia. Number 13. In which Dickens novel would you find the character Philip Pirrip? That is Great Expectations. Great Expectations. I've had confirmation it is John, Wendy's brother John, with Michael. There we go. Not all completely gone. Number 14. Which was the first James Bond novel to be published by Ian Fleming? Casino Royale. And number 15. Who created the creature, the Jabberwock? Lewis Carroll. That was in Alice Through the Looking Glass, the poem The Jabberwocky. Okay, now these song synonyms, these were fun, I thought. So, okay, number 1, Shucks, I Repeated It by Britney Spears is Oops, I Did It Again. Number 2, Father Do Not Lecture Me by Madonna was Papa Don't Preach. Papa Don't Preach. Number 3, I Am Not Able to Gain Any Gratification, the Rolling Stones, is I Can't Get No Satisfaction. Number 4, Remain for Another Turn of the Earth, E17. Sorry, missed the best one, Gyrating Monarch there, sorry, Dancing Queen. And number 5, Remain for Another Turn of the Earth, is Stay Another Day, the Christmas classic. Number 6, In Need of a Wash, Christina Aguilera, is Dirty. If you've only spelt it with 1 R, I'll still give you that. Number 7, Arrived Uninvited at the Nuptials by Busted, was Crashed the Wedding. Crashed the Wedding. Number 8, Adult Males in Dark Clothing, Men in Black by Will Smith. Number 9, He Does Not Weigh a Lot, He Has the Same Parents as Me, the Hollies, and that is He Ain't Heavy, He's My Brother. Number 10, The Beatles' Ahoy Toodaloo is of course Hello Goodbye. Number 11, Viaduct Over Perturbed Aqua, Simon and Garfunkel. That was Bridge Over Troubled Water. Number 12, Considerable Orbs of Combustion. Great Balls of Fire by Jerry Lee Lewis there. Number 13, Contact Me Via Telephone, perhaps. Carly Rae Jepsen. Call Me Maybe. Call Me Maybe. Number 14, Billy Joel, Affluent Maiden was Uptown Girl. And finally, number 15, pondering audibly, Ed Sheeran was Thinking Out Loud. How did you go with those song synonyms? Okay, and your audio round tonight, the film lines. So, number 1, The Force Will Be With You Always, was Star Wars Episode 4, A New Hope. If you just said Star Wars, I'll give you half a point. If you got that it was Episode 4, I will give you the full point. Number 2, I'm King of the World. That was Titanic. Number 3, I'll Be Back, The Terminator. Number 4, To Infinity and Beyond, was Toy Story. Number 5, of all the gin joints in all the towns in all the world, She Walks Into Mine, was from Casablanca. Number 6, No Mr. Bond, I Expect You to Die, was from Goldfinger. Number 7, This Is Sparta, it was from 300. Number 8, That'll Do Pig, That'll Do, was from Babe. Number 9, They Call It a Royale with Cheese, was from Pulp Fiction. Number 10, If You Let My Daughter Go Now, etc., etc., that very long quote, was from Taken. Number 11, With Great Power Comes Great Responsibility, from Spider-Man. Number 12, I'm Just a Girl, standing in front of a boy, asking him to love her, from Notting Hill. Number 13, Show Me Wax On, Wax Off, from The Karate Kid. Number 14, Go Ahead, Make My Day, was from Sudden Impact. And finally, I'm Having an Old Friend for Dinner, was, of course, Silence of the Lambs. Alrighty, so they are all of your answers for the first half. So we'll now continue with our questions for the second half. Just as a reminder, if you haven't played your jokers yet, round 4, as you can see, is going to be potluck, so just random trivia. Round 5 is going to be transport this week, and round 6, your picture round, is going to be famous sports people. Okay, so if you haven't played your joker yet, be ready to do so. Would you like to play your joker on round 4? If so, please do declare it now to those you're playing with. Otherwise, we will get started with the second half with question number 1, round 4, which is, according to the idiom, what do birds of a feather do? According to the idiom, what do birds of a feather do? Question number 2. What is the chemical symbol for boron? What is the chemical symbol for boron? I don't know why I said that so surprised. I wrote the questions. But anyway, what's the chemical symbol for boron? Question number 3. What is the perimeter of a circle called? What is the perimeter of a circle called? Number 4. Who was the first presenter of the TV panel show QI? Who was the first presenter of the TV panel show QI? Question number 5. What is the name of the clown in The Simpsons? What is the name of the clown in The Simpsons? Number 6. What do you call the lines on a weather map that indicate areas with the same air pressure? What do you call the lines on a weather map that indicate areas with the same air pressure? Number 7. Which US sport do the New York Knicks play? Which US sport do the New York Knicks play? Question number 8. Which corporation bought the messenger application WhatsApp in 2014? Which corporation bought the messenger application WhatsApp in 2014? Question number 9. What was DJ Norman Cook's stage name? What was DJ Norman Cook's stage name? Probably still is. You just don't see that much of him anymore. Well, not in my circles. Number 10. Which is the only letter to have a value of 5 points in the English language version of Scrabble? Which is the only letter to have a value of 5 points in the English language version of Scrabble? Okay, so moving on to question 11. Which actor's real name was Maurice Micklewhite before he legally changed it? Which actor's real name was Maurice Micklewhite before he legally changed it? Question number 12. What is the capital of New Zealand? What is the capital city of New Zealand? Question number 13. What was the name of the drummer in the band Queen? What was the name of the drummer in the band Queen? Question number 14. In which English county is Blenheim Palace? In which English county is Blenheim Palace? And finally, question number 15 for your potluck round tonight is, what is this sequence known as? 0, 1, 1, 2, 3, 5, 8, 13. So what is that sequence known as? 0, 1, 1, 2, 3, 5, 8, 13. All right, that brings us to the end of our potluck round tonight. Now round number 5. This is our transport round. So another new round this evening. If you'd like to play your joker on this, it's going to be a round all about transport around the world. Okay, so question number 1. Traditionally, what colour are taxis in New York City? Traditionally, what colour are taxis in New York City? Question number 2. Which ship was found floating with no sign of her crew? What ship was found floating with no sign of her crew? Question number 3. Drivers of which mode of transport in London have to take an exam known as the knowledge? Drivers of which mode of transport in London have to take an exam known as the knowledge? Question number 4. Which car manufacturer's logo is 4 overlapping silver rings? Which car manufacturer's logo is 4 overlapping silver rings? Question number 5. The Vespa scooter takes its name from the Italian for what? So what does Vespa mean in Italian? Number 6. What nickname was given to the Shinkansen high-speed trains of Japan because of their appearance and speed? What nickname was given to the Shinkansen high-speed trains of Japan because of their appearance and their speed? Question number 7. What do the French call the underground railway system in Paris? What do the French call the underground railway system in Paris? Question number 8. A hovercraft is sometimes known as an ACV. What does this acronym stand for? A hovercraft is sometimes known as an ACV. What does this acronym stand for? Question number 9. In which UK city would you find New Street Station? In which UK city would you find New Street Station? Question number 10. Which taxi service in Bangkok gets its name from the sputtering sound of its engine? Which taxi service in Bangkok gets its name from the sputtering sound of its engine? Okay, so moving on to question number 11. From which platform at King's Cross does the Hogwarts Express in Harry Potter depart? From which platform at King's Cross does the Hogwarts Express in Harry Potter depart? Question number 12. What is the name of the North American intercity bus carrier, which is also the name of a breed of dog? What is the name of the North American intercity bus carrier, which is also the name of a breed of dog? Question number 13. In which James Bond film does much of the action take place on the Orient Express? In which James Bond film does much of the action take place on the Orient Express? Number 14. Who designed the first London Underground map? Who designed the first London Underground map? The first one that was brought into mass circulation, that is. There were a few that were created before the one we know today, but this was the one that took off for its usefulness. And finally, question number 15. What is the popular name for the Boeing 747 and the European Airbus? What is the popular name for the Boeing 747 and the European Airbus? Okay, and that brings us now to the end of round 5. So we're moving on to round 6, which as always is our picture round. And tonight it is going to be famous sports people. So you will have 15 sports people to name. And as always, I have broken them down into 3 groups of 5. So you will have 2 minutes for each set of 5. I'll give you 30 seconds warning because once we move on, we will not come back. So think carefully, look carefully during your 2 minutes for each set. I'll give you 30 seconds and then we will move on. All right, so your first set of 5 are as follows. "30 seconds to go, everyone, and if you haven't played your joker yet, of course, this is your final chance." "5 seconds on this set. 3, 2, 1. And here's your next set of 5. "30 seconds left on this set. "5 seconds to go. 3, 2, 1. And here's your final set of sports people. 30 seconds to go, everyone. 30 seconds on the quiz. Five seconds. 3, 2, 1. And that is the end of your quiz tonight. End of the picture round and end of your pub quizzle. Okay, so how did you get on this evening? As always, there is your ladder of quizzing bragging rights. So as we go through the answers for the second half, you can see how you've done tonight. Have you leveled up? Have you dropped back? Okay, so let's have a look at our answers from the second half, going back to round 4, which was pot luck. So if everyone is ready, we will reveal the answers. So question number 1, according to the idiom, what do birds of a feather do? They flock together. Birds of a feather flock together. Question number 2, what's the chemical symbol for boron? B, a B as in Ali B. Number 3, what is the perimeter of a circle called? The circumference of a circle. Number 4, who was the first presenter of the TV panel show QI? That was Stephen Fry. Number 5, what is the name of the clown in The Simpsons? Krusty the Clown. Number 6, what do you call the lines on a weather map that indicate areas with the same air pressure? Isobars. Number 7, which US sport do the New York Knicks play? They are a basketball team. Number 8, which corporation bought WhatsApp in 2014? That was Facebook. Number 9, DJ Norman Cook's stage name is Fatboy Slim the DJ. Number 10, the only letter to have a value of 5 points in the English version of Scrabble is the letter K. Number 11, which actor's real name was Maurice Micklewhite before he legally changed it? That's Michael Caine, and he apparently changed it when he became famous because he was worried that he might have trouble at airports because his name on his passport was Maurice Micklewhite. Number 12, the capital of New Zealand is Wellington. Number 13, the name of the drummer in the band Queen was Roger Taylor. Number 14, in which English county is Blenheim Palace? That is in Oxfordshire. And finally, the sequence 011235813 is known as the Fibonacci sequence. All right. So, transport. Question number 1, traditionally, what colour are taxis in New York City? Yellow taxis. Number 2, which ship was found floating around with no sign of her crew? That is the Marie Celeste. Number 3, drivers of which mode of transport in London have to take an exam called the Knowledge? Black cab drivers. Number 4, which car manufacturer's logo is 4 overlapping rings? That is Audi. Number 5, the Vespa takes its name from the Italian word for what? Wasp. Vespa means wasp in Italian. Number 6, what nickname was given to the Shinkansen, high-speed trains in Japan due to their shape and speed? The bullet trains. Number 7, what do the French call their underground railway system in Paris? Le métro. The Metropolitan. Number 8, a hovercraft is sometimes known as an ACV. That stands for Air Cushion Vehicle. Number 9, in which UK city would you find New Street Station? Ding, ding, ding. That is your Birmingham question for the week. Birmingham New Street Station. Number 10, which taxi service in Bangkok gets its name from the sputtering sound of its engine? They are tuk-tuks. Number 11, from which platform at King's Cross does the Hogwarts Express depart? Platform 9 3/4. 9 3/4. Number 12, what's the name of the North American intercity bus carrier, which also has the same name as a dog breed? The Greyhound. Greyhound buses. Number 13, in which James Bond film does much of the action take place on the Orient Express? From Russia with Love. From Russia with Love. It was on the telly the other night, actually. Number 14, who designed the first London Underground map? That was Harry Beck. Harry Beck, good bit of trivia that. And number 15, what is the popular name for the Boeing 747 and the European Airbus? And that is Jumbo Jet. Jumbo Jet. All right, now going on to our picture round number 6. Our famous sports people tonight. Number 1, Tiger Woods. Number 2, Venus Williams. Number 3, Lionel Messi. Number 4, Steve Davis. Number 5, Nadia Comaneci, Romanian gymnast, of course, perfect 10. Number 6, Roger Federer. Number 7, Imran Khan. Number 8, Michael Jordan. Number 9, Lewis Hamilton. Number 10, Megan Rapinoe. She is a US soccer player and, of course, World Cup champion. Number 11, Jonah Lomu, rugby union player from New Zealand from the 90s. Number 12, Kim Clijsters, tennis player. Number 13, Mo Farah doing the Mobot. Number 14, Annika Sorenstam, Swedish golfer. And finally, question number 15, your last sports person tonight was Pele, of course, the great Pele. All right, so they are all of your answers. Let's have another look as you top them up. Where are you? Have you reached the dizzying heights of the quizzing titan by week 17 of the pub Quizzle? If not, I hope you're still enjoying it anyway and still scoring well. So that brings us to the end of our quiz tonight. Thank you, everybody, for joining. It's been great. Really enjoyed it. Those song synonyms were good fun. So if you enjoyed those, I think I might bring them back in a future week. But thank you, everyone, for quizzing with me tonight. Hope you had fun, and I will see you next week if you're still keen. All right. Thanks, everyone. See you soon. Bye.